Sunny Verghese, the CEO of Olam International, the Singapore-listed agricultural commodity supplier, talked to ASEAN TV News last week in Bangkok about the inclusion of Olam into this year's Forbes Asia Fab 50 list and about the general outlook of today's agricultural products and food ingredients markets. More in this report. It was the second consecutive year that Olam International, a world leader in the supply chain management of agricultural products and food ingredients, was included into the Forbes Asia Top 50 company list. The award was a recognition that a Singapore-listed Olam, who is the world's biggest supplier of cashews and sesame seeds, merit to be among the companies that possess the best aggregate scores for long-term profitability, sales and earning growth, as well as projected earnings and stock price gains in their markets. Olam International Chief Executive Officer Sunny Verghese told ASEAN TV News about the importance for Olam of being listed in the Forbes Fab 50.
I think it's very important. It's a testament to the fact that we've been able to grow above market and above trend line. And the only way you can grow above market and above trend line for a long period of time is to be differentiated amongst your competitors, which allows you to grow faster than the rest of the market. So I think it is providing further substantiating evidence that we have a differentiated strategy and a winning strategy, and more importantly, a capacity to execute that strategy.
The CEO of Olam also told ASEAN TV News about his company's future prospect, particularly in its operation in Africa, a region that Olam has heavily invested in since its founding in 1989, despite the risk poses from political instability.
I think Africa, for me, I believe, is going to have very attractive growth prospects going forward. If you look at the last 10 years, it has grown at about 6% GDP growth rates for that decade, so which is the fastest growing continent after Asia in that context. Africa is also very blessed with a lot of natural resources. It has 80% of the world's platinum, 50% of its gold, about 40% of its diamonds, about 37% of its chromium, 39% of its manganese, and also bauxite and cocoa and coffee and cotton and edible nuts. So it is blessed with a lot of natural resources. Africa also, the governance has improved very significantly. In 1970, there were about 41 conflicts in Africa. Now there are about 6. Almost barring 3 countries in Africa, everybody else now has democratic elections. At one point in time, almost nobody had democratic elections. So we are very friendly to Africa's growth prospects. And from a natural resources point of view, we believe that Africa will be particularly important going forward.
Recently, it was announced that Olam International will be setting up a $200 million sugar refinery in the Tisken Island in Nigeria through a joint venture with a local company. And this move goes further to show Olam's faith in Africa's agricultural production capacity and the potential of its markets. In the past, Olam International's success essentially came from its ability to manage and control the change of productions of its food commodities from its source, its processing, to the delivery of each product to its customers. Its recognition by the Forbes Asia Fab 50 list that is dominated by companies from China and India serves as a glowing example to other companies in Southeast Asia that success can come, to use the word of Sunny Verghese, from the ability of the company to differentiate itself from its competitors. I'm Wongcha-um of Thai News Agency, reporting for ASEAN TV.